Hi there, it's Kathy at One Sweet Shop. Welcome to my channel, and thanks for returning to see what I'm doing these days. Happy Sunday to y'all. I am using up some of my wallpaper books. And I just thought, I've had these stacks of wallpapers sitting in a pile for a while. I collected a few books, like these books here. I get them from a flooring store, like a home improvement store. Look at all the beautiful colors. Look at that rose gold. I can't wait to use that one. But all these books all have different colors that you could use for all sorts of themes for journals. So I've been pulling out pages. This one's getting a little thin now because I've been removing pages of that one. And then I have this one too. Is this the back side? No. There we go. This one too, and as you can see, I've been ripping pages out of here, cutting them off. And it shows different prints. I'm going to use these to make, I'm even going to use these little pieces here to make tags later because they're a little thicker. They're really thick, so where it has the little samples of papers. And these, I'll probably use these ones to make tags with because these have quite a big wide line. And then there's little pieces here too. Could be used for making tags or inserts. But I just love these wallpaper books. I have one more here. I'm not sure where I put it. I took some pages out of it the other day and just stacked it up against the wall. But I'm going to leave it because my craft room's a disaster right now. But anyway, these ones here came from a book of border prints. And it's filled all, I've only gotten one book like that so far in my lifetime, filled with border prints. And I got it in a different city when I went to a paint store with my daughter when she was picking up art supplies for university. And I thought, you know what, I really want to use these borders. I had taken them out of the actual book and I didn't want them to get damaged. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do something with them. And what I ended up doing is, I don't think I attached this one. I ended up using the border print, and then I put 2 layers of heavy white cardstock in between, and I just used a reject glue stick just to hold it in place till I could sew it. And then I took kind of a matching print of the wallpaper and put it on the inside. So I'll end up decorating these with some heavy-duty glue. And then I just made a few prints of some printables I had, and I just printed them off so I could insert them in here and make a little journal. And I thought, well, maybe I could do these ones for a little craft sale or something sometime, or maybe offer them on my coffee shop once they're all decorated. These ones kind of have that divide in the center. There's a couple of them because this was the same kind of border. So I'll probably put some type of a plate on the front, but the back looks kind of cute. Kind of a little farm back on it. This one had a green and this one had a blue. These ones I put eyelets in them. And then I put these little booklets into my cutter and I cut them down shorter so they'll fit in here. And I think I might make this one into a tied journal, but I'm not sure. I may sew it anyway, but... And then I just added different pages to this one and lots of coffee dye paper that I make. So I've been having a lot of fun this morning. What I'm doing is I'm finishing off all these edges. I left them open because I thought maybe I'd make pockets. Like, I left them open right here. And I thought I'd make pockets, and I thought, no, I don't think I want to do that. I think I want the stability of the sewing. This one also I put eyelets in. And this is going to be a little baking. This will be a first little baking journal I've done out of this print. I think I got this one from Polk Art Studio. Yeah, I think I got it from her. And I only used a couple pages from her package because I added a lot of coffee dye paper. And I can't wait to decorate this one. But I used a coordinating print with this little kitchen, kind of a kitchen recipe baking part. I've got to sew this one yet. Here's another one of those little... This one is filled with just coffee dye paper and a little bit of parchment paper, or astral paper maybe it's called. And this one has vines, but then this also had vines on it. So I thought, well, I'd add the vines in the middle. And it made it quite strong, and it's almost too strong. But these had been flattened out. I put them into my, what is that thing called? Scoreboard. And I scored them a little bit, and then I kind of didn't like that. So then I've been taking my big heavy glue stick here and just going over this edge to flatten it out a little bit, because I think I'm going to put a tie with some beads on it, on here. So I have a couple little teapot type beads and stuff too that I had ordered, and I think I might actually put some on, like the cooking ones. And then this one here, I just finished sewing this one. I had used 2 borders actually. This border here was a man fishing, and I wasn't really partial to it. So I took and I put one of the floral borders here and sewed it down. And then I did the edges and I put the eyelets in. And then I just trimmed all the paper, the coffee dye paper, down to fit it. And this will look a little different. I'm going to take like scrapbook paper and stuff like that when I make my pockets and tags and things. So I'll fill it up with interesting embellishments. Here's another little recipe one. And this is some more of that little baking journal I had. And I haven't made it yet. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to take a few pages of it and put it in here and see how it turns out. So I'm quite excited to work on them. It's probably going to take me all summer, but that's okay. I don't mind. I like to make them up and just kind of plug away at it. Now this one was another one of the fishing ones, but this one actually had a tree on it, and I really like that tree. And I thought that would look so nice, and I can put a plate of something else right here when I do it up. And then I love this vines, so I put some coffee dye paper in there that I had hand dyed with lace and filled that one with that. I have to ink this edge a little bit. I got a little close with my sewing and I didn't want to cut it. So I'll probably put a ruffle or something in here just to fix my little muck-up. Here's some birdies. This was a birdie border with a little birdhouse. And I thought, it's a pretty big border, but it's cute. Look at all the little vines of colors. That looked nice. I haven't put the little eyelets in, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it with this one. These I also got from Polka Art Studio, and this is kind of just like a little gingham. It's like a Christmassy kind of journal, but I'm going to use it as like a Christmas recipe journal or something. So I'm not quite sure. I put birds on it. If I can find some Christmas prints. I don't even know if they make Christmas borders. Probably not. But maybe I can find something else to put on the cover here. And I'll just use the cover as a base. And so these are going to be so pretty on there. And I only used like 10 pages. So that gives it 20 sides here, 20 sides there. So it's going to be 40 sides to these little hand journals. This one here was a beautiful little house. I love the little house. And then I put, this is like an old-fashioned journal or something. You know, I printed them probably a year ago. And I just happened to find them inside one of my little naughty boxes this week. And I went, I want to finish those. So let's pull them apart. And this is a really cute one. It's a little house front. And then this, I think, is another print that goes with that one. But I've added all sorts of different print packages to these just to mix them up a bit. And this will be like a little fashion journal. I've trimmed down all the sides already. I have a big cutter. I think I did a video on it one time. I was showing you that I was cutting binder boards to make journal covers. And I use that when I'm trimming down all those pages. It just makes it so simple. I just lay them in there, line them up, and cut it straight. And then I can get exactly the right size that I need for in here. So this one's very nice. This is an Easter journal. This was from Gingerbread Prints, I do believe. And I have not made this one yet. And I totally forgot I had printed it. So I thought, you know what? Easter's on its way again. I'm going to print out this journal and I'm going to make one for myself. So I wanted to use those little geese. And I think I have a bunny rabbit to put on the front of this. Like a framed bunny rabbit picture. And that's what I'm going to use on the front. I love all the sewing. Just because it gives it a little bit of something. This is another book with little house fronts. And then this was another like a gingham journal from Polk Art Studio. I've added some different papers in here and just little things here and there to give it some difference. And it's also got the poinsettias and stuff, but that's okay. I've got plaid paper in there. I don't mind. I don't know if I'll make it Christmassy on the outside or not. I may not. So, and then this one here is the journal that's also like a little cooking, baking journal. And I'm going to use this. This is another one of the little pastry pages. And I'm going to decorate the pages. I have all sorts of decorations for little cooking journals. I thought I had 2 more to sew. And for some reason, I'm only finding 1 here. Let's see. But I thought, you know, I love to putter away. So I just kind of, I'll make 5 here, 5 there. Oh, here it is here. That one there, I have to sew the edge yet. And these are okay. So I thought I would share with you. And then some of them I've done eyelets of all different colors. I have to flatten out some of these yet. And then the ones that don't have eyelets in them, I'm going to sew up. Because I'd like to do some beads or something on them. So I think I'm going to put lace first. And then I'm going to try to do something with beads on them. And see how they look. Maybe some gold. Or maybe I'll even loop some gold beads on here. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite decided. But there's going to be something. So I'm going to get back to my sewing there. And happy to share this with you. And maybe it'll inspire you to use up some of those wallpaper books you have. Because I know that I've got 3 of them here. And I've just decided that, okay, the next ones I want to make are with embossed paper. Like I have some books with embossed paper and had been saving it for my dollhouse. And I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to make some envelopes and some little tuck spots out of them. I'm going to make some journal covers out of them. So that's going to be the next little mission I have to do with the wallpapers, because I don't want to stop until I've got all the wallpapers used up. So maybe the next time I make a video on it, it'll be just on the covers. And I think I'm going to try not using quite as much cardstock in them, because it did make them stiff, which is really great for durability. But I want them to be a little softer. So the next ones I'm going to make are going to be just with 2 layers of wallpaper, so I can take and maybe fold it over and make a tie. So it has like a flap that comes over this edge and then ties right there. So that one is going to be the next one that I want to try. So, and I'll do that with the embossed paper, I think. So, but anyway, thanks for sharing a few minutes with me this morning. And I'll see you again. Maybe when some of these are finished, I'll show you some of the finished products. Alrighty. Bye-bye. You take care.